Lawmakers in Missouri begin the process of redrawing the state's congressional map, and some students at Joplin High School get a glimpse of their possible future thanks to the Career Academics program. KOAM News at 6 is next.
Missouri State Representative Deaton is pushing new lines for the state's congressional map. I'm Blake Gully. We'll tell you what it means for voters coming up.
Plus, crime fighters break ground on a new headquarters in southeast Kansas. And MSSU's first mission expansion in 30 years promises to bring big change.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A new redistricting proposal is moving through the Missouri State House. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. This comes as lawmakers meet in a special session. KOAM's Blake Gully breaks down what the change could mean.
The Missouri State House is moving a new bill brought by Representative Dirk Deaton to make changes to the districting map. The process of redrawing the map is typically done every 10 years after the U.S. Census is complete. But Deaton believes more changes are needed.
Our state laws and constitution has to be done at least every 10 years after the census, and your districts have to be equal population. That's one of the few requirements that you have. But there is no requirement that it be done only every 10 years. And we've seen this in other states and even in past decades, even in Missouri, mid-decade redistricting attempted for one reason or another.
In 2022, Representative Deaton supported a different congressional map than the one that was passed. He says since then, political dynamics have shifted and momentum is building behind his proposal.
This is a better map, and it's a better map in a variety of ways. For example, it splits fewer cities and fewer counties than the current map does. I think it's great that this map actually does pair in some cases suburban, urban, rural. These are, some would say they aren't, but I think these are communities of interest in metropolitan statistical areas.
In opposition of the change, U.S. Congressman for Missouri's 5th District, Democrat Emanuel Cleaver, released a statement saying roughly 40% of Missourians cast their ballots for Democratic candidates last year, and they deserve representation in the people's house just as much as our Republican neighbors. Yet, in attempting to dismantle the 5th District, state lawmakers would be working to drown out Missouri voices in favor of a single man 1,000 miles away. Deaton has spoken to Cleaver regarding redistricting.
He shared with me his perspective, which I understand, and he's obviously been in Congress a long time, and I appreciate the service that he has rendered. And we're ultimately going to agree, and I think currently we probably don't.
If approved, the bill goes next to the state Senate. Reporting in Joplin, I'm Blake Gully with KOAM News.
If the bill passes the House and Senate, it will go to Governor Kehoe's desk for final approval. Well, meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
It has been a rainy, dreary day all day long. Now we've got a few scattered showers in our central counties, but there's a nice long band of moderate showers that are setting up in our northern counties. So let's break down. Joplin is getting some moderate showers. These are about 1/2 inch to about 3/4 of an inch of rain, and that extends all the way out to Columbus, Oswego, maybe even up to Pittsburgh. And then even in our northern counties, we're looking at the same, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. Yates Center, Iola, Chanute, Erie may get some sprinkles, more heavy rains moving into Fort Scott and Nevada area. Now these showers are going to continue for the next several hours. As you can see, we're up to 100% chance of rain in the Joplin area, and then it starts to drop off by about 3 to 4 a.m. and then we're in for a beautiful weekend. I'm going to have those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation breaks ground for their new facility in Pittsburgh today. The new $42 million building will act as a regional crime center, laboratory, and training facility for the KBI and local agencies. Officials say the building will help build and train the future of law enforcement in the area.
Let's suppose a crime happens right here in Pittsburgh. They're going to have the forensic facilities to process that evidence much more quickly. They won't have to go all the way to Topeka. They will have experts right here who can help them make decisions about investigating the case because of the evidence that they've already seen. So it will things will run faster.
Well, construction is scheduled to start in October of this year, with the project set to be complete in the spring of 2027. The Carthage Chamber of Commerce cuts the ribbon, honoring Innovative Industries Incorporated's 25 years in Carthage. The company was founded in 1969 and helps employ people with physical and mental disabilities, offering production support for a number of businesses throughout Carthage and Joplin.
Today we've just been celebrating the fact that we've been here for 25 years and we have such incredible employees, long-term, dedicated employees, employed with us since 1982, 1986. Just very proud of the work that we get to do and the ways that we're supported by and that we get to support Carthage businesses.
Innovative Industries currently has about 50 employees and about 45 of them with disabilities. MSSU celebrates a major milestone for the first expansion of its statewide mission in 30 years. A new law adds health and life sciences and immersive learning to the university's mission. The change gives students more hands-on opportunities outside the classroom and better prepares them for future careers. It also highlights the role of state leaders who helped pass the legislation.
Our community is really strong in the healthcare industry. We have 2 level 2 trauma centers, and then we have the medical school and the dental school. So this is just another layer to make sure that our workforce in the healthcare sciences are really being met. And so it's a really good reflection of Joplin. It brings people here. They come here anyway for med school, or they come here anyway for the hospitals. And so this is just another layer.
Representative Loy calls it an honor to carry the bill in her first year as a legislator, especially since Missouri Southern is in her district. Well, Friday night football's game of the week kicks off in Colgan. Sports Director Ryan Blank is live from Hutch Field with a preview. That's coming up. But first, a focused education.
Picture this. You grew up watching Grey's Anatomy. You know you want to be a doctor. Franklin Technology Center and Joplin High School have these academies where your coursework is geared towards the career that you wish to go to. And it's not just medicine. I'm Ty Parks and I'll have that story coming up.
This is it.
Joplin High School and Franklin Tech are adding career academies, an education opportunity allowing each student to choose a career path based on their interests. KOAM's Ty Parks has the story.
That ribbon cutting is the kickoff for these academies in the Joplin High School and Franklin Tech. Last year, the freshman classes rolled into a freshman academy. This year, they're also allowing sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
And so if somebody wants to be in arts and communication, all their courses will align to that. And at the end of that course, well, along that course and pathway, they can receive dual credit and they can receive an industry-recognized credential at the end.
Setting up the academies is another tool for Joplin High School and Franklin Tech to help kids succeed. What they are really doing is setting their students up for career success, regardless if they go into college or a career.
Every opportunity kids have is just another way to have a career-centered focus. Now, your math, your science, your social studies, and your English, that all stays pretty traditional, but it's all the other voice and choice opportunities that we provide to kids where they want to take a specific coursework.
Picture this. You grew up watching Grey's Anatomy. You want to go into health sciences. The Career Academy gets you set on that pathway. But let's say you get in there and it's like, ooh, blood, not for me. Boom. You can switch academies.
And where, think college signing day, where a kid has selected their academy, and we're going to get each of them to sign the paperwork to belong to that academy. And so from that point, then they follow that course sequence, but they really starts in their freshman year.
The academy is rolling out for students in Joplin High School to get a feel for what their field will be. Students like Ava.
My career academy is arts and communication. I would really like to be an interior designer one day, but I'm not sure. I chose it because I think it has a wide umbrella of job opportunities under it. I really like to be creative, but I also like to stay organized, and I think that would be a good job for me in the future.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Well, the JHS principal says each student that graduates with an industry standard certificate can make $20 or more an hour more than those who do not. A little later, history repeats itself at the Crawford County Museum thanks to reenactors from both sides of the border.
And after some rain showers today, we get back to some cooler weather over the weekend. I'll have those details coming up. We've had rain showers most of the day. If not rain, it's just been dreary and overcast skies. We can go ahead and take a look at our current radar. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Across the area, most of us have seen at least a little bit of rain, some sprinkles throughout the day today. Now, we've got a few bands of rain set up. You can see in our northern counties, there's one band of moderate to maybe even slightly heavier showers out there near Yates Center. This is about a half an inch to a quarter or 3/4 of an inch of rain per hour. But then just south, moving into Girard now, really only looking at some sprinkles, really just inconvenient rain. And then back down there south of Pittsburgh out near, you can see Pleasant View, getting a few more showers moving out of Parsons into West Mineral. Now, moving over to the Missouri side, a few more showers north of El Dorado Springs, Nevada, Sheldon getting some light sprinkles, Stockton is about to get some light sprinkles, and then jumping down to the Joplin area, we are still seeing some moderate showers out in Joplin, Carthage, and all the way you can see down to Fidelity getting a few heavier bands moving in. Carl Junction, just some light sprinkles, and you can see what I'm talking about out in downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. These moderate showers in the Joplin area, not really blocking any views, but definitely making this ground slick and even potentially seeing some puddles on the roadways. Now, current conditions, 7th and Range Line, same deal. We're getting those moderate showers. Temperatures are quickly dropping down. We're in the upper 50s now. This is very cold. We're actually 20 degrees cooler than we were this time yesterday. Now the rain has a lot to do with it, but also that cold front pushing in cooler air for us. And this is also going to be 15 to 20 degrees, even 25 degrees in some areas, cooler than our average temperature for this time of year. So a very chilly day today, going to be a very chilly night tonight. We're getting down to the low 50s. Now overcast skies overnight actually keep us a few degrees warmer than they do during the day. So we're only getting down to the low to mid 50s with those rain showers sticking around through the early morning hours. Now it all clears out by 7 a.m. on Saturday. Temperatures warm up rather quickly into the mid 70s with beautiful, beautiful weather. We've got sunny skies for us for the weekend. But taking a look at our future track. All right, so we've got those northerly winds. We've got our band of rain settling into our central counties, and then we'll be continuing to push out to the southeast. Now, stronger storms spike out in Arkansas. That's out of our area, but we could get some maybe thunderstorms out south of I-44 on the Missouri side. The rest of us are still dealing with just these rainy showers, rain showers, and overcast skies. Now, here we are, 3 a.m. Most of this rain's pushed south of I-44. North of I-44, we're looking pretty good. Clouds are going to start to clear. By 6 a.m., a few lingering showers out there along the border of Missouri and Arkansas and even into Oklahoma, but most of us are going to get clear following that, and we're back to those beautiful sunny skies. And then we have a high pressure system setting up for us starting over the weekend, but continuing into all week next week. So we've got just a very long dry spell, and we also have these temperatures warming up to the upper 80s by the end of next week and near 90, even at 90. We could expect a couple of those days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe getting up to about 90 degrees. But this is going to be our last little taste of summer. We're getting into, September, so we're going to see those temperatures continue to fall following this week.
And a perfect weekend to get that last mow in if you need to.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, still ahead, the Chiefs open the 2025 season tonight in Brazil. The voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, will break it down with the first Minute with Mitch of the season. And Kansas high school football gets underway tonight. Sports Director Ryan Blank will be live in Pittsburgh when we return.
Ready for States. It's time for KOAM Pregame Live, sponsored by Griffith Motors, the law offices of Wood & Peterson, and Freeman Health System.
Welcome back to KOAM News at 6. It's week 2 of football here in the 4 states for teams in Missouri and Oklahoma, but in Kansas, tonight is opening night, with teams like St. Mary's Colgan opening up their season. They welcome in the Girard Trojans in our KOAM Game of the Week here at Hutchinson Field. Colgan, they're coming off their third straight 9-win season. Last 3 years, at least 9 wins. Last year went 9-2. That season ended with a playoff sectionals appearance. Going into last year, the Panthers had to replace 9 starters on each side of the ball. This year is the complete opposite. The Panthers return 9 returners on each side of the ball as starters. And last year when they played in the playoffs, this Colgan team learned that they need to be physical and ready for each snap. So this offseason, their focus has been completely on physicality. And fortunately for Colgan, it all starts up front in the trenches, where they have 4 returners on the offensive line and 3 returners on the defensive line. Coach Sean Seamatter says that this year, so far throughout practice, hasn't felt like gearing up for something. He feels like they're picking up where they left off, and they're ready for this season to start. They welcome in a dangerous Girard team, a team they beat in Week 1 last year. However, they know that this is a new year, and it's a new test. Kickoff coming up at 7 p.m. here at Hutchinson Field. However, there is more football to follow this Friday night, with the Kansas City Chiefs opening their season against the Los Angeles Chargers. Chiefs going for a 10th straight AFC West divisional title, but also looking for their 4th straight Super Bowl appearance. One guy ready for this season is star defensive tackle Chris Jones. The voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holtis, talks about Jones and his dominance in the first Minute with Mitch of the season.
This week, the Chiefs unveil their 66th team in a quest for Super Bowl 60. They're going to do so with maybe the least told story of the season. Somebody else entered Chris Jones's body in April. It might have been Superman. Chris Jones has never worked harder from the months of April until now. He didn't miss OTAs. He dominated minicamp and most of training camp. He was unblockable. Now consider that Chris Jones can affect a game with more than sacks and pressures. In fact, his number of passes deflected in the playoffs is second in NFL history for a non-defensive back. If Chris Jones stays healthy and Superman stays in his body, he could be the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. He looks that good. This week, the season opens in Brazil, and will open with the new Chris Jones on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburgh.
Kickoff between the Chiefs and Chargers coming up at the top of the hour at Arena Corinthians in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Reporting live in Pittsburgh for KOAM Sports, I'm Ryan Blank. We're back with more after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A Kansas senator touts the benefits of a new crime lab breaking ground at Pitt State University. Plus, sports betting surges as NFL kicks off. We look at how the billion-dollar industry is growing across America. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, history comes to life today for local grade school students at the Crawford County Historical Museum. It's part of a special event called the Cow Creek Border Wars, where students experience life during the Civil War. From reenactments to hands-on demonstrations, Union and Confederate soldiers walk the grounds once again, not for battle, but for education.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Of course, we'll have a lot more on that tonight at 10.
And we'll have a lot of fun this weekend with the rain finally clearing out. We've got sunny skies returning, and temperatures are going to be in the mid-70s, so a nice fall-like weekend. You can see next week a dry spell, so we don't have a lot of rain going on next week, but temperatures warming back up to upper 80s, maybe even 90.
Oh, wow. Not looking forward to that.
Nope.
That's for sure. Well, thank you for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.